You know, there's nothing like cracking that cellophane and pulling that record out. It just smells great.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Non-stop hardcore energy.
I love the show, guys. You're awesome.
Unlike any other.
With your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather.
Man, this stuff rocks.
This is Marty McCoy from BOBAFLEX and the Lonely Ones, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
The views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Hour, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I am your host, John the Bod, aka the Bodfather, and as always, bring you guys and gals awesome interviews. Today, it's an honor and a huge privilege to welcome back Mr. Marty McCoy of BOBAFLEX. BOBAFLEX has turned the heat up, and notice as I got in my favorite song, "Turn the Heat Up," but that's an old school BOBAFLEX song. Their new single titled "I'll Blow Your Dreams Into the Sky," and they have released the official music video for that. And also, BOBAFLEX have a few rare select reunion shows scheduled coming up. So, Marty, welcome back to the podcast, my friend. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. We're at the studio right now. I'm walking down the hallways trying to keep my signal. For some reason, this high-tech studios, the signal sucks.
Going to get some Wi-Fi extenders in that biatch.
Yeah. It's the town. The studio is cool. The town, for some reason, the Wi-Fi is awful in the town. Or the signals. I don't know. Anyway, what's going on, man?
So it's been a while since we have gotten new music from BOBAFLEX. How excited are you to have this new single video out right now, man?
I'm pretty happy, man. It's doing really well. People seem to really like it. And BOBAFLEX is always fun to just get back in the studio with everybody and play some music. So it was a lot of fun, and I'm excited about it being out and people giving a shit.
I mean, we all still love BOBAFLEX music, man. I know you got the Lonely Ones, but we still look forward to seeing BOBAFLEX coming back into our record players and audio and all that good shit here soon. But what's going on with BOBAFLEX right now? Is this going to lead into anything at all, possibly, or just see what happens?
We're just doing a couple shows a year and release a couple, 3 or 4 songs a year. My brother got the itch again and was like, I can't not be creative. So we're all like, yeah, all right, let's do it. So it was, like I said, it was just a lot of fun. We're not going to tour or anything like that. We will put out new music and stuff and do, 2 or 3 shows a year, something like that. We just did one at the Newport Music Hall in Columbus. The Lonely Ones opened up, so that was awesome. And it was sold out and it was wild. So
this,
as long as there's a market for it, we'll continue to do it.
This video shows people standing their ground during a home invasion. How did this song come about, especially this concept, man? What brought this all about?
My brother had a friend that somebody broke into their house and it got pretty tragic, and they didn't have a weapon to protect themselves. So he just, it was just one of those things that hit him pretty hard. And he's like, I got an idea for a song, and what's going on right now in the United States. And, we're so divided on gun control and things like that. And it's like, we believe in common sense gun laws, and believe if you're insane, you shouldn't be able to have one. But you should also be able to protect your home if you act like you got some sense. So,
yep. I 1,000% agree with you with that, because it happened here in my little hometown. We had 3 officers lose their life here recently because of a guy who just lost it, man. Honestly.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't even know what to say about that. It's like, I mean, I own a gun. I act like I got sense with it. I've trained with it. It's unloaded in my house, and I think you should be able to do that. But I also think, like I said, if you hit your woman in the mouth, you shouldn't be able to have a gun.
Yeah, agreed.
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
You got domestic violence charges. If they're proven domestic violence charges and your ass is guilty for that shit, it's like, no, you don't get a gun.
Exactly.
If you got, threaten to kill people and things like that, it's like, nope, can't have one. These are for adults, not idiots.
I agree with you 1,000%, my friend. Let's talk about this a little bit. Is this a brand new song from you guys, or have you guys been sitting on this for a long time? And
no, it's brand new. Let me show you the studio real quick.
Yeah.
It's your backdrop.
I like that, man. That is
That's where we cut records, man. This is my favorite place in the world, Sonic Lounge Studios in Grove City, Ohio. I'm always in here. This is where we cut all the Lonely One stuff, where we cut most of the BOBAFLEX records. My best friend Joe Veers runs it, and we've been in here 5 days straight now. As soon as this interview's over, I got to go load the equipment, jump in the bus, and go head to Philadelphia.
Oh wow. I love that. That's my dream right there, man. Just have me a big fucking room, just nothing but podcast stuff. You know, I love this stuff. But maybe one day I'll get there. I'm not giving up. Is this a one-off single or a single that we could see on an upcoming album, or is there any songs left in the vault from BOBAFLEX that we see a lot of day of?
Plenty of songs left in the vault. We've actually recorded 3 other songs. So I don't know when we're going to release them. And I don't know if albums make sense, but we're definitely going to keep dropping singles. It's like I said, it's too much fun, and the fans care too much, and we can't do that. Can't leave them hanging that long, especially if we got the time and everybody's feeling it. It's like, let's get in and do it.
Yeah, and it's sad that it's all about like singles. It's not back in the day where we can go buy the CD and have to wait till your band to put out their album. It's like
y'all don't buy them anymore.
That's true. I still buy them. I still buy CDs.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Though it's like,
yeah,
you're like, when's the album coming out? I go, you can buy it. You picked the singles off of it, and you left me hanging.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's another factor too. But it's like everybody's attention span is so short. It's like 2 weeks. Yeah. Have you guys put anything else out? We just released a fucking song 2 weeks ago. What do you mean?
Yeah, when's the new stuff coming out? And then you get people that you'll put up a post, hey, we're playing in Columbus, Ohio, and on that post we'll say, well, when are you playing Columbus? I go, well, I don't know how to help you.
Exactly. It's right here.
You're on the post. You're on the post that says when we're playing Columbus.
Marty, did this song totally end up sounding different than it was intended to when it was first brought to the table? Did this change a lot or no?
No, Shaun brought it to the table. He was like, I have a song. It's like, cool, how's it go? It's exactly like this. And that's exactly what we played. I was like, cool. And he just had this whole vision. And that was the cool thing about BOBAFLEX. We had so many writers in the band that, a lot of songs we would collaborate together. We would do a lot of really cool stuff. But then you had so many writers in the band that would just, hey, I have an entire song written from the beginning to the end. So, you never knew what you were going to get.
And what about the video? Did you guys shoot the video for this one?
Yes, we did. My friend Paul Cunningham, Cool World Photography. Shaun wrote the video idea as well, wrote all of it out and had it all planned and knew exactly what was going to happen. We had been on tour and writing music and stuff. He had been, at home doing the normal life thing, and clearly it was driving him nuts. And he had all this pin up in his head and brought it all to the table. And we're like, yep, let's do it. So it was a Shaun McCoy thing through and through.
So has Shaun talked about maybe doing an album or an EP possibly? Has he thrown it out there to you yet? Talked about it maybe?
I'm not sure what he's going to do. I know that we had so much fun doing this that I'm sure he's going to want to get back into it as much as he possibly can.
Well, sure, I hope so, man. You do that, get that itch, and it's like me and ghost hunting. I had that itch, get back into it, and God, I want more of it. So I'm hoping this leads into more BOBAFLEX stuff, man, because I'm telling you, you guys used to bring, and I guarantee you guys, and you still bring it to right now. I'm telling you that.
Right on.
That is straight up. That is straight up facts from turn the heat up to now, my friend. I still dig that shit.
I appreciate it, man.
So let me ask you this: since you got stuff in the vault, could we see some of that stuff brought out possibly later or no?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, we're definitely going to bring it out. Like I said, the next song's already mixed, ready to go. I'm not sure what the date's going to be on it, but several songs are already ready to go. So yeah, they're definitely coming out. Like I said, BOBAFLEX built a really nice fan base, and we don't want to just leave them sitting there like, oh, that was great. It's like, we're definitely going to keep putting out merch, keep putting out new songs and play some shows from time to time.
So that's all going to be this year. There's going to be a lot more stuff coming out this year too, correct? From you guys?
Probably not this year. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the timeline is on it. But I'm 100% in. I'm down. So,
what do you hope everyone takes away while listening to this new single, Marty? What do you hope they get from it, man? Just to know that BOBAFLEX is still around.
Yeah, BOBAFLEX is still around. We're still we're active, but not like we were touring. Like when I try to explain to people, being in a band, it's like, unless you're in Corn or Disturbed or something like that, it's like you got to work really hard to make a living.
Mhm.
And it's not really good for family life at home. The money's cool, but you miss a lot of things being out on the road and trying to build a business. I mean, I always describe it like a construction company. It's like, you can say you're in a construction company, but if you don't build houses, you ain't gonna make any money.
True.
So that's what happened to BOBAFLEX. It was like, Shaun wanted to be home, and the rest of us, we don't have children or anything like that. So we're like, okay, we're going to start a new band and get out there and rock. But I knew at some point that he would, we're going to work around his schedule, figure out what he wants to do. We can always make time. It's the same guys, basically, pretty much in both bands. So we're keeping our skills sharp. The Lonely Ones is doing really well. Things are really starting to take off for us over there. But we will always come back and do stuff with BOBAFLEX because it's easy, it's fun, and we just have too much history, and our fans are incredible.
Yeah. And when you guys broke off and want to do the Lonely Ones, was there a little nervousness with you guys or nah?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was in BOBAFLEX from the beginning, and I was my entire life was BOBAFLEX. So at first it was really scary, and then it became exciting at the same time, which is what rock and roll is all about. It's like you never know what's going to happen. But we, people are starting to get hip to the Lonely Ones now. The crowds are getting bigger and bigger. Spotify numbers are going up. Sales are going up. So it's like, yeah, I'm in 2 bands now.
Can't beat that, my friend.
I'm a working musician, so it only makes sense, right?
So I gotta ask this. I know you've had a lot of music since you've grown up to adulthood, all that phases. But do you still have a go-to album, Marty, or a song that you find yourself going back to listen to from time to time? You cannot kick it out. You've got to go listen to it eventually.
Appetite for Destruction, the entire album.
Yes, that album still stands true, and God, it's still good to this day, man.
I mean, and Justice for All still stands true. The Black Album still stands true. Pink Floyd, The Wall. There's so many albums that I'm like, that thing came on and I listened to it all the way through.
It blows my mind that there's still young ones to this day listening to Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. They're like, man, who's this band? Like, we're not getting some more stuff about them like easily. But then they find out like, good God, this band's that old? Yeah.
It's a perfect record.
It's
a dangerous rock record, and it's just a perfect moment in time and a perfect, the right mixture of musicians. And we're playing with Steven Adler tomorrow, so that's a dream come true.
Oh, that's yeah. There you go. That's fucking awesome, dude. Feeding off the vibe of the fans at a live show, does it still have that same feeling today as it did when you first took the stage playing for that first show? Man, do you still get those?
Oh God, I still throw up. I still get extremely nervous, but it's even better now because when you get anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 people singing your lyrics back to you, where you can't hear yourself on stage, they're so loud. There's nothing like it.
Your thoughts on the Pantera? I'm just going to call it tribute, not reunion.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I think Zakk Wylde's an amazing guitar player. Charlie is a legend in his own right. And the 2 original members, everyone's like, they're not original, but the guys that were there when they changed the world with their music, they want to play it again. And it's like, yeah, I would want to as well.
Yeah, I want to go watch it for sure.
I think it's going to rock. Zakk Wylde's going to rock. Charlie's going to rock. And it's like, so yeah, I think it's a good thing. Like I said, it's unfortunate, that the Abbott brothers aren't still with us, but their music lives on. And I think it's a great thing that they're going to go out and play, and people are going to get to see a version of Pantera with fucking Zakk Wylde in it. I mean, it's going to be outrageous.
And I hope that they find closure. I hope this is a closure for Rex and Phil, because that was a huge hole in them, because Vinny and Dime, they were gone. I mean, they just wait.
Whatever drama and stuff happened, it's like they had such good memories and they took over the world together. So it's like it left a hole in them, I'm sure.
Yeah, and like when Vulgar Display of Power came in, man, that album fucking just took over. I mean, it brought metal back to the forefront.
That's one of my favorite records too. That one's on the list as well. That one changed my life. That was one of the records that I listened to until the tape wore out and had to get another one.
I feel you. I did that. Well, I did that with Appetite for Destruction and the Black Album.
Same here. People say the Black Album, like that is a masterpiece.
Yes, it is. That is. If you're, well, I'm not going to say this, but I'm just saying this is my opinion. If you're a true metal fan, you will appreciate the Black Album.
Oh, it's a great record. Changed the world. It changed the world. It was number one, and I think they went on a 3-year tour, and it was an incredible record.
You know
if you don't
what?
like it, then on you.
You know what the wild thing is, man? Is like Guns N' Roses and Metallica was fighting for that top spot during that time. You know?
Absolutely. And one of them kept it.
Exactly. And now look, Guns N' Roses is back. Then they're still not the top, touring, but still they're back.
Oh yeah. I went and saw them in a 12,000 seater sold out, and it was incredible. I'd never seen the original lineup for Guns N' Roses, before they broke up. But I saw this, with Duff and Slash and everybody back, and it was outrageously good. And Slash is one of the best guitar players to ever walk the planet Earth. Man, and I saw it live, like, ooh. I mean, he just boogied all over that guitar all night long. It was just felt so good. It was so in the pocket and just perfect. It was just like, oh man, it was something special to watch.
Did you feel like a little kid, like you was listening to Appetite for Destruction all over again?
Absolutely. I remember getting that record and feeling like I was in trouble for listening to it. Probably should have been. I was young.
Especially when you listen to Rocket Queen. You better not let your mom and dad listen to it.
That's such a great song. Oh, it's my favorite song on the record. Yeah.
It is. All right, Marty, how can folks pick up I'll Blow Your Dreams Into the Sky and keep up? Well, of course, with BOBAFLEX. What are you guys doing? How can they do that, good sir?
Yeah, you just type in BOBAFLEX. We're the only one. It'll come up everywhere. You can find it. That's the good thing about having such a weird name. You don't forget it. You don't mistake it.
Hey, before I let you go, good sir, would you care to do a promo for my show?
Absolutely. This is Marty McCoy from BOBAFLEX and the Lonely Ones, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great stuff coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour. Please go check out our Facebook page. It has our podcast link and our YouTube link, and subscribe to that YouTube link because we got a lot of great stuff coming up, and you don't want to miss out on it. Get out and check out the Lonely Ones and BOBAFLEX, especially this new single, I'll Blow Your Dreams Into the Sky. I've loved BOBAFLEX ever since the first time I got to see them in concert over at the River Park in Huntington with, let's see, who was it? Earshot. It was Dust and Mushroom Head. You guys were there, and I've loved you guys ever since. But anyway, folks, please get out and support these guys. And I'm affiliated with Metal Inc., Forum Obscure, which is an online magazine who deals with obscure art, album reviews, and Diary of the Madman, the Ultimate Ozzy Osbourne podcast with Dana Josh, who knows more about Ozzy than Ozzy knows about himself because Ozzy's he needs help these days. And that I'm glad they know more about Ozzy than Ozzy does because he needs the help. But anyway, Marty, love you, man. Thank you so much for this interview.
All right, brother. Thank you so much.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.